Okay.
Step in here. Folks, it was just a few months ago, we had a table at the Cheshire Fair, as I mentioned earlier. And it was Saturday morning of the fair, it was August of 2010. We were just opening up the tent, and the first person that came to the table, "I want to sign your petition. Where is it?" And it was this young lady to my right here, Nichole Moorhead, and I asked a little bit about her. She said she's originally from Arizona. She was not familiar with the Free State Project, which sort of surprised me because a lot of folks who have moved into the state from around the country are involved in this Free State Project. But she told me that her brother was murdered by an illegal alien, and I asked if she would consider talking about it. It's a whole painful subject to talk about, but there's an aspect to this that most people don't know. People who sort of buy into the illegal immigration, well, these poor people need jobs, and you know, it's our nature to be have compassion for people. But there's a side they don't see. So I'm very pleased that she's willing to discuss this. I know it's a hard topic, but let's give her our full attention. Thank you. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry.
So, November 12th of 2006, my little brother was on his way to work on a Sunday morning. It was 10 o'clock. He had gotten up 8:30, was in bed laying with his wife and their brand new baby that was a day away from being 4 weeks old. Told his wife to stay in bed, went downstairs and had cereal with his other 3 children and watched Sunday morning cartoons with them and kissed everybody goodbye and went to work. He had a motorcycle and, an illegal Hispanic pulled out of a parking lot when he was driving down the road. My brother tried to avoid hitting him and laid the bike down, and the driver hit him, ran over him, proceeded to keep driving thinking he might drive over him because he was not planning on stopping, drug him several hundred feet, and when they realized he was not coming out from under the car, they stopped finally, and they got out, and they ran. His wallet was taken. This was at 10:07 in the morning, was the time the accident is reported to have been taken, and he was pronounced dead at 10:17. They were not even able to get him out from under the car. And I have, it's kind of, and you have to forgive me, I'm not really great with this stuff. This is what my parents and his wife and the rest of us were given. This is an autopsy report talking about the multiple injuries that he sustained from being drugged under a vehicle for so long that may or may not have happened had they stopped and had the decency. Basilar skull fracture, cerebral cortical contusions, pulmonary contusions, lacerations of the left lung, multiple bilateral rib fractures, compound fracture of the right tibia and fibula, fracture of the left humerus, multiple cutaneous abrasions and lacerations, bilateral hemothorax. The cause of death is officially listed as blunt force craniocerebral trauma due to motor vehicle accident, multiple blunt force injuries from a hit and run homicide. And you can't really read it too well. I don't know exactly how to enlarge this.
Maybe the top right in the middle.
And I'm not quite sure how to get back to my other.
Just close it, the X there, yeah.
And let me see if I can turn this.
Yeah.
So if you look here, his motorcycle landed here. They drug him all the way here. And these people got out of their car with my brother's head sticking out from under the tire, behind the tire. His feet here. And they left him. They took his wallet and they left him. My brother was 31. He had a wife that was 29. He had 4 children. A daughter that he had adopted that was 9. And he had 3 little boys with his wife, 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-week-old. So, getting a call that your loved one was killed in an accident, the instant thought was, I was devastated, I was hysterical, and I thought, I can't even imagine how that person must feel. And then to find out that it was done this way, causes a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and questions of how this even is allowed to happen on a regular basis. I mean, we are one of hundreds of families that have been affected in Arizona, from police officers who have been ambushed to the illegals that try to come here and they pay money